I want to talk to you today about time management for busy entrepreneurs. Are you a busy entrepreneur? Have you ever wished for an extra hour or two in your day? If you would like to know my secrets and get tips for busy entrepreneurs in time management, this is the video for you. I am going to talk to you about planning, my favorite topic practically, along with goal setting. And because it has changed my life, I don't remember when I started using a planner and a notebook and a calendar, but I wouldn't go back for $1 million. So I want to talk to you today and show you some of the things that I do weekly. So you need to have a calendar for your months, for your weeks, and days. And this is going to be a little bit of a behind the scenes of what I do. Okay. I'm going to switch my screen. So I start out with a planner that I got from Ruth Sukup and Activate Coaching Group years ago. This is the one from this past week. I start with a brain dump, and you do not need these forms. You can do this with paper, with a Google Doc. So I want to say, don't let this stop you if you don't have forms. Make your own. I have made my own in certain areas. So first thing I do is to sit down and spend about 10 minutes writing down everything that I want to do in the next week. And I'm going to see if I can look at a blank one. So there's a quarterly tracker in here. There's my dailies, and I made these dailies myself. Like I said, you can make your own. So this is all in a notebook, and then I plan the quarter, and then I go on to the next quarter and start fresh. So I will be starting a new quarter soon. So the first thing that I do then is to write everything down that's going to happen in this next week and everything I want to accomplish. And then you can see that I have letters next to them. And that is A are the important, the things that are important. The B is urgent and appointments and things I have to do. C are things I want to do. And so then I take just a minute or two and assign those prioritizations. And then I go to and again, I'm going to say it again, use a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be on a form. So then I choose one that is the main thing. So if I get that done, I have achieved and I'm satisfied. And then I go through and I pick the A's. I put the A's at the top, the B's next, and the C's at the bottom. And this just tells my brain what's most important. And then, again, this is another tool from Ruth Sukup's Activate group, but this, again, I'm going to say, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is not what I used when I was first starting out. I'm going to go to a cleaner April, little wrinkled April. And there's May. Maybe we'll start with May because May is blessedly empty. But I then will I'll look at my calendar and then I will plan out the week. And I have this weekly planner. You can go onto the internet and find templates for weekly planners and pick one. Just done is better than perfect. And then I'm going to show you a little bit of what I have done with my weekly planner. So this would be an example. I obviously like color. I use these friction pens and skit refills but there isn't a color code. And then I just write in blocks and what I think I want to accomplish from that other sheet. I put in the different things onto my week, and you will see that I tend to Monday, Tuesday work really hard so that I can have Wednesday, Thursday be a little bit less busy, and Friday, Saturday catch up. And I've been taking Saturdays off, or trying to take Saturdays off. I also have been doing a very unusual thing, and I've been getting up in the middle of the night. So here I got up at 4 a.m., and that's not the middle of the night. That's super early, though. Today I got up at 4 a.m., and some mornings I get up at 2, and I got up at 2 one of these mornings. I think I got up at 1 one of these mornings. I don't set an alarm at that time of the morning to wake up my husband, but it depends on what time I went to bed. And then I get up and when the Lord wakes me up. And then the first thing that I do, I have a morning routine. I don't get dressed right away, but I do go in the bathroom and I weigh myself and I brush my teeth and wash my face and brush my hair. And then I go into the kitchen and I make my coffee and I have my Bible and prayer time. I have talked about how I've become more disciplined, and I'm going to show you my very messy. I need to redo it because I've added so many things by hand, written in by hand. This is my prayer outline. And what I did was I put all of the states of the United States where I live. And then I pray for 2 rows of them each week. And I have the world and government in there. And at the top, I have missionaries. I have church leaders, and then my near and dear, my family and my kids, and then extended family. I pray for our neighbors. This gives me a direction. And then salvation and church and friends, and I have my whole church, every family listed, and I pray for one family a day throughout the month. And then my business, Your Home for God. And then I am praying, I'll just share something personal, that I am praying for myself that God would make me a really, really powerful speaker, a powerful writer, a powerful communicator and influencer, changing people's lives, a fruitful, godly woman, that I would use my gifts and bear fruit 100-fold and bring glory to God, and a powerful connector with powerful influence on powerful people, and a powerful prayer warrior. And I have a list of about 10 things that I am trying to accomplish as well. I am putting together a media kit. I am starting a new website. I am praying to get paid speaking gigs and for God to lead people to hire me, who He wants me to speak for. And I am asking God to increase my speaking skills. And I am going to be applying for the Podcasting Made Simple quarterly event. And I'm praying that God would help me to lose weight, to get down to my wedding weight. And I'm praying that I will finish my book that I'm writing on email list building, and that God would increase my writing skills. And I'm praying that He would help me to apply sales and influence skills, that He would allow me to travel. That's a dream and a goal. And that He would allow me, if it's His will, to host events. And one of the events that I dream about hosting is a Tell Your Story for God's Glory event. That is my theme song, Tell My Story for God's Glory. And so I am praying about that. And these things are near and dear to my heart and dreams of mine. And then I'm asking God to show me who He wants me to reach out to and show hospitality to. And then I'm asking Him to use me to influence some big influencers in the world, in the online world. And so I have a list of 5 or 6. I'm not going to name them here, but I am asking God to use me in their lives. People that I have gotten to know online. They've either been coaches of mine or they've influenced my life, but I also believe that God is using me in their lives. So I pray every day for these 10 things, and then that I would finish another coaching thing that I have started. It's not high on the priority list, so it's number 10. There are 10 things that I pray for every day related to me and my goals, and then those cause me to be a really, really powerful. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the perfect number, 7 things on that list. And as I go through and I put the things into the week, things change. And so I might move something from Monday to Tuesday or Tuesday to Thursday, and that's okay. That's okay. So on my list, I have been doing more podcast interviews, and I'm also going to share with you this way. I'm going to share with you what I do to get ahead. Are you trying to catch up and get ahead? So one of the things that I am trying to do is get ahead a month on my YouTube video recording. I record 2 videos a week and have for quite a while. And my desire is to monetize my YouTube channel. And that is a goal, something I'm aiming for and doing. And I am onboarding a new virtual assistant. And she's been wonderful. She's only been working for a couple of weeks, but she's been really good. And I am getting back on track and catching up with her help. So what I'm doing, I said I'm doing normally 2 videos a week. They are anywhere. Boy, at the shortest, they've been 3 to 5 minutes, and at the longest, they've been 21 minutes. I don't think, was there one that was 30? I can't remember, but at any rate, usually 10 to 15 minutes long. And this one is going to be in that range. And what I am doing then to get ahead is to record 4 videos a week. And after a month of doing that, I will be a month ahead. Then I can go back to recording just 2 a week. I will be staying a month ahead. After I record the long form videos, and I do that in Descript, and then I put captions in. In Descript, you can get rid of the longer gaps. If I take a break and pause for 3 seconds, and I don't want to pause for 3 seconds, I can shorten those gaps. I can eliminate those in Descript. So that's part of what I do before I save it, export it, and save it to Google Drive. And then my virtual assistant takes those. Well, sometimes I have done it, but she takes those and she creates clips, again in Descript, and creates clips that they recommend. And sometimes they're good. Sometimes we say, let's try that again because those weren't the greatest. And usually the second time is good. And then we shorten them to under a minute. And then we, again, put captions on them and format them. And so that has been a good method. And I make 6, 3 from each long form video. And then those are broadcast, published on social media, Instagram and Facebook, and to my Facebook groups. I have 2 groups, and then to LinkedIn. And I've talked about, and maybe you haven't heard, but I've talked about how I took Mariana Henninger's crash course, which I really recommend, to create a custom GPT, and it is trained to be knowledgeable of my brand voice. It has a brand voice guide that I created. So it knows my values, it knows how I speak, it knows what I would say. And then I take those long form video transcripts, put them into my custom GPT, and ask it to give me a title, an SEO or AEO optimized for YouTube monetization, title, description, and tags. And it gives me that, and then I pass that along to my virtual assistant, who then formats YouTube videos. And this is my method, and doing 4 videos a week has been a challenge. But you know what? You don't have to do 4. You could do 3, as long as you're moving ahead. And some weeks you'll be able to do more, and some weeks you'll do less. But consistency is key, isn't it? So I have been consistent, and right now I'm 2 weeks ahead. I've been consistently doing 4 a week for the last 2 weeks. And this is actually my 3rd video that I'm doing this week. And I will do probably another. I'm trying out some new formats, and I would love to hear some new types, I should say, of videos. Let me know if you like this behind the scenes look at what I do. This has been how I power plan my week. And again, I'm going to go back just to reiterate. First, I do a brain dump, and I love brain dumps. They're so important. So everything I want to accomplish or have to do in the next week goes on the brain dump. You can just do it on a piece of paper or a Google Doc. And then I prioritize it, A, B, C. What are the things that are A's that are going to move me forward? Literally in my business, usually, because this is usually a business decision. My week is planned business-wise, but, and as I said, this was time management for busy entrepreneurs. It's what's going to move me forward in my business. So that's the A's. And then the B's are what have to happen, their meetings and their appointments and things I should do. And then C's are things I would like to do if I have time. And so that tells me what's most important in my week. Then I take that and I write it into A, B, C, and choose one of the A's that's the most important. And then I put it into a weekly planner, and where I can see what I'm going to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. And if you are like me, you will often do the same things on Monday, the same things on Tuesday. I kind of recommend that because then you aren't spending time spinning your wheels trying to decide what to do. So one of the things that I do every week is write emails, and one of the things that I do every week is record videos. I have now, it's not set in stone, but Mondays and Wednesdays, I write 2 emails each of those days. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I record videos, but it is Friday today, and I'm recording videos. That's okay. It's okay if you deviate from that, as long as you keep going. And then I have other things that I'm trying to get done, and meetings and different things that come up. So take time for the fun things. and move things around so that you have a life and not just are grinding through and hustling. Don't hustle your way through life. So this is Wendy Gunn, and I hope this has been helpful. Comment below if this has been helpful to you. Thank you.